Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. And we just gonna do a quick outfit of the day because I actually decided to put on something nice. So yeah, outfit of the day. Cute. Okay, let me see my big ass down. I'm tired just from that. I am a little behind, y'all. I got a car, so thank God, amen. Thank you to my sister for helping me with that. Yeah, so that kind of took up my weekend. Just give me some time, y'all. I am trying, okay? Episode 7 starts off with Biggie and Stunna still arguing. Stunna wants another round and they fight again. Nobody won, in my opinion. All the fights was whack. Now, Stunna got more hits in than Biggie to me. She was swinging a little bit more. Biggie was more so grabbing and like trying to swing her around and stuff like that. So the only hit that she really got that I seen was the one that she initially did. And then, you know, Stunna was swinging, but the fight was still whack. Okay, I'm sorry to say it. It was still whack. Okay. After their second fight, they're still arguing and Natalie comes outside. Stunna snatched Biggie's chain. So they're still arguing or whatever. Natalie comes out to figure out what's going on. Stunna snatched Biggie's chain in the last round that they did, and she snatched it. She rubbed it on her coochie. She rubbed it on her ass, and then she threw it in the bushes. Anyway, Tommy, Sky, Natalie, Biggie, and Rolly are talking about the fight between Stunna and Biggie. Biggie is saying how Stunna acts like she is better than everyone. And I feel like with Biggie, and I hate to say it, but like I feel like with Biggie, since she was bullied as a child, Stunna girl must remind her of one of the females that bullied her. The way she goes at Stunna is just crazy. Her biggest issue with Stunna doesn't really even make sense. Like, I get it. Stunna didn't handle herself professionally or the way that she should have at the photo shoot, and I get that. Everybody's entitled to feel how they feel about that, but it's just like that one issue should not have you continuously going at this girl, you know what I'm saying? And even Biggie be like, oh well, Stunna still does childish stuff and she still does it. Girl, fuck her.
No, my bad, I'm sorry.
If you don't really like somebody, you're not going to be bothered by what they're doing. And I never understand why females do that weird, obsessive stuff. You shouldn't be worried about what they're doing. You shouldn't be staring at them. They should not exist to you. Natalie and Stunna are talking about the fight. Stunna says how Biggie is a follower and how she disrespected her. And I honestly get what Stunna is saying. Like, y'all can disagree with what I'm doing. That's fine. But it's about the way that y'all come at me about that. And then people do the same stuff. And then they're damn near bowed down to. But when I do something, it's a bigger issue than what it is. And I feel her on that one. I feel like she's riding for Tommy so hard that she just doesn't want to like Stunna. She already kind of got her issue with Stunna on her own. But she's also friends with Tommy, who has an issue with Stunna as well. So she's just kind of like, well, just teaming up with somebody against her, basically. That's how I feel. Natalie is telling Stunna how she should just leave certain situations alone, especially when they're in public. And I get that because my biggest thing with Stunna, and I'm going to always speak about the zodiac sign because she's my sign. And Cancers are very much known for not letting shit go. So I feel like with Stunna, that's something that she needs to work on, is being able to let stuff go. I'm not saying you have to kumbaya with anybody, but what I'm saying is certain situations is really just not that deep. And as you get older and as you mature, you have to learn that it's not about continuously beefing with somebody and being rah, rah, rah. And Natalie gave her some good advice. She did give her some good advice. Even though I don't really care for Natalie, she did give her some good advice in that scene. So Biggie and Tommy head to Forever 21 for all the girls that's taking the tour bus. Scotty, Natalie, Razor, Lo, and Stunna all took the PJ and they're having a good time. Girls that took the tour bus put on their matching pajamas. The scene goes back to the ladies on the PJ and they're all talking about the private jet and how they prefer the jet rather than the bus. Razor turns to Stunna and asks her, does she think she can get over the issue that she has with Biggie? And I feel like Razor's intentions was good. I do feel like her intentions was good. Like, if you feel like somebody might need to hear certain words that I don't know how to put it in a good way, but basically, like, you ever just meet somebody and you feel like they need to hear something, like they need to hear that you can't do this, or like this is maybe how you should handle this. Like maybe it was just on her heart, maybe it was just on her chest to be like, Stunna, like you cannot carry yourself like that, you cannot do that. And maybe that's what was on her heart, and she's not wrong for that. Stunna explains that she didn't like the fact that Biggie apologized to her and then switched up when the camera came on. And this is something that I'm trying to explain to people, is that I keep up with the show, don't get me wrong. I watch the show, but I also keep up with the blogs, like the Zeus T pages. I keep up with when they're on live and stuff like that, from like people posting it on YouTube. So I keep up with stuff outside of the show, and I know what they talk about behind the scenes. Stunna even said, even on the show, she said it too though, Biggie apologized to her. After they had that group meeting, Biggie apologized to her and they cleared up the issue. Now, it could have been a fake apology. She could not have meant it. But obviously to Stunna, in her mind, okay, you apologized. We cool. Everything is cool. Everything is dead. And then when Kat brought y'all together for y'all to have this quote unquote conversation, which we know is fake anyway, so they set that up. But Stunna was confused because you had just apologized to me, and now you walking up talking about the photo shoot again, when we just, like, it was just confusing. So I get what Stunna is saying about how somebody can switch up when the cameras come on, and Biggie does give me that energy. I know everybody like Biggie. Biggie is funny. She is funny, but Biggie definitely gives me vibes that she's completely different off camera than she is on camera. Tommy and the girls going to the store to steal. And Kat had me cracking up when she said she was too old to be stealing. That shit had me cracking up. Kat said, she said, yeah, they went in the store and stole. So she said, but I paid for my shit because I'm too old to be doing that. That shit had me cracking up. Razor says that Stunna is carrying herself as a little girl. Razor was giving advice, but it was just the wrong messenger. And like I said before, I get what Razor was trying to do. I get what she was trying to say. But another thing too, though, is everybody want to talk about being grown and all this and this and that. Part of being grown too is picking up the energy in the room. To read the room. Okay, read the room, read the energy that's going on. Okay, read this person's energy that you're finna come for. Obviously, the girl ain't ready to hear none of that shit. Honestly, if I was on the show, I wouldn't give a damn what Stunna doing. I wouldn't give a damn to pull her to the side. I wouldn't care. That's just me though. Razor is explaining how if her and Scotty can get over their issue, then her and Tommy should be able to. And I get that because Razor and Scotty fought, Tommy and Stunna fought, so everybody should be able to move forward, you know? In the next scene, Stunna and Razor are arguing, and Razor was screaming in her face. Razor said she was just trying to have a heart-to-heart. So Razor, at this point, she's drunk, and we all know how she acts when she gets drunk. Poor baby. And I honestly feel bad for Razor because she really does have businesses and stuff like that. And this is why you have to be careful getting on reality TV, because now they're going to see you as a drunk bitch.
Did I lie? Did I lie? Did I fucking lie?
And anytime you pick up that drink and in front of anybody, they're going to expect you to act like you acted on the show when you was drinking. But that's why I say you got to be careful going on reality TV, because that shit is forever. That shit is permanent. And that's how people was always going to remember you. So now everybody's going to remember you as a drunk bitch. And then, why do y'all keep trying to... My thing, this is something I want to point out too, though. Why do y'all keep trying to have all these serious conversations and all these heart-to-hearts? And all, why y'all are drunk as hell? Drunk as a skunk. I don't get it. Am I the only one that does not get that? If I know I'm drunk and I'm in a certain kind of state, I don't want to have no serious conversations, because it might not go the way it would go if we were sober. And when you're drunk, you don't care. So it's just like you do stuff that can put you in weird situations or bad situations because your mind is not all the way there. But that's why I say some stuff is really just better for when you're sober. Stop doing stuff while y'all drunk as hell. I did my hair last night when I was drunk as hell. And you know what? Sober me was so mad. I said, girl, take this shit out. You know what I'm saying? You know? Stunna and Razor end up fighting once the PJ landed, child. It's giving y'all finna be on the no-fly list. That PJ must have landed on that strip. They is yelling back and forth. They pushing each other. Stunna swung on her, took a wig off. I said, yeah, y'all are definitely finna be put on the no-fly list, okay? Y'all can't be doing that. They don't play about y'all fighting on the ground, okay? But up in the air, pilots, they have all control, baby. They're flying, it's playing. So they could have kicked y'all away. Thank God y'all landed. Thank God y'all was not in the sky when they did that. Because, baby, y'all would have been kicked off that flight. So my end notes for episode 7 is, I feel like Biggie didn't really let the issue go with Stunna. I feel like when the camera came on, she put on a show. And I feel like if you apologized off camera, why when the camera came back on, you had an issue? And like I said, I feel like Stunna really triggered her when she said, "B, you this," and talked about her looks, talked about her weight, you know, and Biggie was like, she was like, "We got picked up off the same stage. What makes you better than me?" So I feel like that's where the issue lies. That's where the issue comes from, is she feels as though Stunna feels like she's better than her, and Stunna really reminds her of one of the girls that have bullied her. Stunna needs to learn how to let things go. Natalie was giving her good advice. I understand what Razor was saying, but she was just the wrong messenger. And just stop trying to have heart-to-hearts with people when y'all drunk as hell. We need to leave that in the past. Okay? Don't do that shit no more. You drunk, they drunk. Like, this just not gonna work, okay? If you feel something on your heart, wait till y'all sober, okay? Just please. Episode 8. So, the episode starts off with the rest of the fight. Razor is screaming her effing head off as usual. I would have left her loud ass. While they were still on the PJ after Stunna and Razor fought, Razor is still screaming her head off, being belligerently drunk. Then they put her on a bus. She's screaming all in Lowe's face, screaming all in Natalie's face. Then she calls Krishan. And I'm trying to figure out, why you call Krishan? What is Krishan gonna do? She's not Spider-Man. So what is she gonna do for you, Razor? Talking about, get your friend Stunna. Get your friend Stunna. Girl, Krishan ain't even here.
That is funny.
So the next scene, they put Stunna in a separate van as usual. The poor girl is always just isolated because she don't know how to act. Poor girl. Stunna was saying how Razor was doing too much yelling and that Razor doesn't know how to handle her liquor. And she honestly made a really good point with that. You gonna tell me not to do this and not to do that when you don't even know how to handle your liquor? You get belligerently drunk. You turn, not even just that you get belligerently drunk, you turn into a whole different person when you drink. A whole different person when you drink. But you trying to give me advice on fighting somebody after they punched me in my face. And Stunna had enough, even though Stunna was drunk as hell, she had enough respect to tell the security guard, I'm not going to yell in your face just like how she was yelling in my face. The girls on the bus call Krishan and ask where she's at. She said she's just going to meet them there. It looked like she was laying in bed, I think, so maybe she was still like back home or something like that, but she just told them, I'll meet y'all there. Rolly says that the girls don't know each other that well, and Rolly opens up about her depression. All the girls share their stories, and I related to Rolly when she was talking about depression, because thinking back and like thinking about my childhood and stuff like that, like I was depressed. My depression really didn't lift from me until I got out of school. Like elementary school was cool, middle school was super depressing for me, and high school was super depressing for me as well. I never really liked school, and that's why I despise it now. But that depression is really hard because like people think it's just about being sad. No, it's not just about being sad. It's times where you don't clean up. It's times where you don't get in the shower. It's times where you don't answer your phone. It's times where you don't want to live no more sometimes. Like that's how bad depression can get. And it's not something that people should be judged for. You know what I'm saying? And I really felt really on that because, and it comes in waves too. Like one day you can be so fine. One day you can be so happy. You could be just peaceful. Everything is going right. And then the next day it's just like everything crashes down. I related to Scott. I'm going to try not to get emotional when I say this, but I related to Sky's story when she said she had lost her dad to COVID last year. And it hit home for me because I lost my father last year as well, as y'all know. If y'all watch my mukbangs, Yep, I lost my dad last year due to a heart attack. He had health issues and health issues that we didn't know about until he passed. I did like the scene of them opening up, and I really felt Sky. Like, I even found myself getting a little emotional when I watched the episode, because your dad is like such an important figure in your life that when they're no longer here, it's just like, I just went through that. Like, I just went through some BS as far as like me not having a car and stuff like that. I was like, bro, if my daddy was here, do y'all know I would have had me a ride to work every day. I wouldn't have had to spend no money on lifts when I wouldn't have had to ask nobody and people start acting funny. Like, I would have been straight if my daddy was here. This is moments that we need more in the show, because the biggest thing about reality TV is when you can find people that you relate to on the shows. That's how people build their fan bases. When you show your fans that there's something that you can relate to them on. You know, it's really all about being relatable, because no matter how rich you are, no matter how rich you are, no matter how famous you are, we all go through the same shit, life and death. So it's like, for them to open up about that, it was good, because I didn't see that. I never would have thought Rolly suffered from depression, and I did not know that Sky lost her father due to COVID. Like, you know, and also Kat as well. Kat lost her closest friend to best friend, if I'm not mistaken, to COVID as well. So, you know, it was good to see them open up about that, because that's something that, even though I'm not trying to compare Baddies West and BGC, let's be real, it's gonna be a comparison there. That was something that we like with Bad Girls Club too, though. Like, they told their stories, we knew their backgrounds, we got to see the good side of them, the bad side. Like, it was relatable. In the next scene, Razor says that she doesn't want Scotty sitting next to her, so Scotty switched seats with someone else. Scotty had me cracking up when she said that Razor is on her third personality. And it made me laugh too, because Razor is a Gemini, if y'all didn't know. So that just tells y'all need to know right there. I cannot deal with Geminis and they fucking outburst and they freaking 30 different personalities. So I know Geminis like the back of my hand. I'm sorry, I don't care for Geminis now. Geminis are fun. They're very fun to be around. They've had very high energy. They're very sweet. That's what I love about Geminis. They have that sweet ass side to them. But boy, when I say them outbursts, I can't do them outbursts. I just can't do it. I can't do it. You're not going to be cussing me out up and down, and then two freaking hours later, you think that everything is cool. No, I'm a Cancer. I don't get over shit that quick. No. So I don't personally care for Geminis anymore. But that is really true, though. On her third personality. Then, didn't you just tell Stunna, me and Scotty moved past our issue? Didn't you just say that?
This is the shit that I hate.
You know what? This is why I say Scotty is just like me. You want to know what I did? You want to know what I would have did? I'd have been like... Girl, I don't care. I don't have time for you. I already beep bop, move bop your ass. I don't have time for you. Razor calls Krishan and she is screaming about Stunna. I mean, get your girl Stunna. Get your girl Stunna. I'm like, oh my God. I know her voice be gone. After she drink, I know her voice be gone the next day, because the way that poor baby be screaming, woo. The girls enter the house in Phoenix and it's beautiful, and the girls find their room. Tommy and Razor, so the next day, Tommy and Razor are talking about the fight that happened on the flight. Scotty and Natalie walk in, and Natalie says how Razor is a different person when she drinks, and she is. Scotty tells Razor what she said and how she just wants there to be mutual respect between them. Razor said the issue is over between them. And Scotty was just like, I thought the issue was cleared up with us, but, when I sat next to you, you was saying you don't F with me and you want me to move down a couple seats. And I did, out of respect for you. She was like, but I wanted to be mutual respect. And Razor was just like, I don't have no issue with you. Like, it's really over. It's really done. But Razor is such a different person when she drinks, and then when she's sober, it's just like, girl, well, you saying that now, but you might get drunk again, and then, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It ain't no telling with you. I don't have time for that. The ladies are getting dressed, and after they get dressed, they have a meeting. The ladies are talking about the last performance and how they need more structure, which I completely agree with. It shouldn't be nobody randomly saying that they rap low, cough, cough, low. It shouldn't be anybody randomly performing their songs, cough, cough, low, and DJ Sky. It shouldn't be none of that. Like, I just don't understand why y'all thought that was cool. So Low asks, how does everyone think the money should be split? Rolly says the performer should get paid more. Low said the performances shouldn't get paid more than the host. Tommy and Low start going back and forth, and Tommy says she's a special guest to their performances. She's a special guest to their performances. I am a special guest to y'all performances. Okay, if y'all didn't hear what she said I am a special guest to y'all performances. Tommy had me cracking up when she did that. Then the bitch kicked off her shoes. I was like, what you kicking your shoes off? I would have been like, no, she did not just kick her shoe. So my end notes for episode 8 is Krishan wasn't on the bus, and I don't think it's fair how she can pick and choose when to show up. Zeus doesn't have control over their cast, it seems like. I just don't get how Krishan can pick and choose when to be there. Y'all give the girls too much leeway, especially Krishan. Y'all know how she is about her man, honey. So especially with that, y'all know she's gonna dip off. I really like the scene on the bus where the girls are being vulnerable and opening up to each other. I like when we can know their stories and relate to them. And as far as the ladies disagreeing about the money for the hosting, I agree with Rolly, but I do see where Low and Kat are coming from. Performing takes a lot out of a person, so they should get paid more. But like Kat said, they should start going by everyone's booking fees. Also, that should not have been discussed on camera. The amount everyone was getting paid should have been in their contracts. Then they're bickering about the money as if they weren't being paid to be on the show. And that was something that was getting me as well, because they was acting so stank over the money. And it was just like, y'all are already getting paid to be here. If I'm not mistaken, one of y'all ladies on this cast got paid $20K just to do this show. And you're tripping about $1,800. You know what? If you don't want it, look, let me tell you a secret. If you don't ever want your $1,800, you know, you can go ahead and send it to me. Yeah. And then my thing too is, it was so ghetto for Natalie to be walking in there with all them stacks of money, dispersing the money like that. That should not have even been on camera. That should have already been figured out. I get what Kat was saying too, though. Like, if we gonna do this, I get what Lo and Kat was saying, because Lo has said that it's not put on the flyers that there is performances happening. They just think they're coming in here for everybody to host. So why should everybody get paid? Why should certain people get paid more when on the flyer, they don't even know that they're about to get performances here? Like, they're just coming to see us. They don't know that 4 or 5 of y'all is about to perform. So I get what Lo was saying with that, because that's not what's being advertised. What's being advertised is a hosting. So we should all get paid the same. So I get that. But I also get where Kat was coming from too, because if we're going to go by who should get paid more, or performances and hosts and all this and this and that, why don't we just go by everybody's hosting fee? That we could do that, you know what I'm saying? But I got what Rolly was saying though, because I'm a performer, I did more work than y'all. But this should have just all been discussed. And I think Natalie said she was going to try to see, it was either Natalie or Tommy, I can't remember, but one of them said that they was going to try to see if maybe the next club can kind of do something to where everybody's getting paid evenly, or maybe the money, maybe they have a higher booking fee to book the whole cast or something like that, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I got what Tommy was saying, but how she acts always diminishes her message. Like, I get what you're saying. You are a special guest. You are the EP. You did perform as well. So I get what she was saying, because Tommy has a lot of weight under her name as far as this show. I mean, outside of it too, but I'm saying like in this situation as far as the hosting and stuff like that. So of course she gonna get some more money, you know what I'm saying? I got what she was saying, because she was like, you think you should get paid the same as me? So I got what Tommy was saying. It was just the fact that she stood up and kicked her shoes off and shit and started yelling. I was like, okay, girl, it always diminishes the message. And Tommy's a Gemini as well, so y'all already know how I feel about that. Them goddamn outbursts and the shenanigans. I don't have time for that. Episode 9, episode 10 review is coming soon. I just it's just not enough time in the day, like I always tell y'all. I be so irritated because I just can't never do what I want to do. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you comment. Like I said, I'm starting to interact with y'all more, so y'all need to comment, okay? I won't bite. I don't bite, okay? You know, and I love a good debate. You know what I'm saying? I also just reached 200 subscribers, guys. I think I'm at 201 now, but like a couple days ago, I just reached 200. So I was like, oh my God. Okay. I needed to have a drink to that. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye, YouTube.
Bye, bitch.